Did they do it 5 times?
She did, but they're not the other woman.
I hate people gagging on.
Yeah.
She comes in with a stump for a hand.
Definitely wasn't that guy. There's definitely a deeper voice. Ah.
This is a special video, Sean.
Yes,
This is our first sort of Patreon-only poll.
Yes, it's not Patreon only. We will be uploading this to YouTube, so hello YouTube.
But
our patrons voted for this film.
So what we did is on Patreon we had our kind of live Q&A, didn't we? Where we spoke to people.
We had a live Q&A, and then
we
almost spontaneously we were just like, guys, suggest a load of films.
We put them in your hat.
Yeah, we put them in my hat, wrote them down, put them in my hat. You know, pick 10 out, and then we put a poll of those 10 movies onto Patreon, and they all voted for this.
And it wasn't just horrors on it. There was like Call Me by Your Name,
Apocalypse Now,
Willow, Brokeback Mountain was on there.
All of these different types of films. So if you want to be a part of that, you can visit our Patreon page. The lowest tier will grant you access to the live Q&As that we're doing. We'll try and be doing one a month, so one Patreon poll a month. So if you want to take part and have a say in what movies we watch, check it out.
Sean, mate,
the description.
The winner was Candyman.
Candyman.
The Candyman can, cause he makes the world taste good.
1992, I believe.
Yeah, so I literally know nothing about this film apart from there's a remake coming out.
Yeah, and it was supposed to come out last year, but it's coming out this year.
A Jordan Peele produced one, I think.
Yes, it is, and it fascinates me because I think the tagline is something like "Don't say his name 5 times." Or don't say his name 5 times.
5 times.
So it's like Bloody Mary in the mirror.
Man.
I think it's like that. But I don't know.
I'm not going to say it. I'm already freaked out.
But it's got a picture of a guy with a stump in his hand. It's not even really a stump. It's like sawed off hand with a spike on it with a load of bees and honeycombs. What the hell is that? Is
this Leatherface Point 2?
Yeah, that was a terrible joke.
What do you think?
You look at that.
Just funny.
Oh God, we're getting worse at this. Right, so it's an 18 though, 1992. So it's not too old. I'm surprised that they're remaking it like quite quickly. The
90s was quite a self-aware time for horror films as well.
Do you think?
Yeah.
So again, I can't really comment on this. It's a horror movie. I can comment. I've got a little bit of information to tell you, Tom. I don't know if you know this, but it's from the chilling imagination of horror master Clive Barker.
Wow, is it?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I'm much more pumped for it now.
Yeah, I don't know whether he wrote the book this is based on, or this is him.
But if it's from his imagination, I love Hellraiser. I even love Hellraiser 2.
Yeah.
What great films they are.
Based on the book The Forbidden by Clive Barker.
Wow. Yeah. I'm so much more excited for it now. Yeah. Let's
go. Be interesting. It's going to be very gory.
Tom here from Cinema Rules, and we are watching Candyman 1992. Not much I've seen. I haven't seen anything.
I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Oh, to live.
With my hook for a hand, I'll split you from the groin. Connect it.
Oh.
I came for you.
Me?
But she said his name the last time. Candyman. She turned out the lights.
Oh!
Candyman, 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 Candyman. Candyman.
And now you need to turn off the light.
I have to do it 5 times. I'm sorry. I did it. I'm sorry.
Did they do it 5 times?
She did, but they're not the other woman.
Trevor?
Oh!
This has got me twice pretty bad so far.
Yeah.
Hurry up, Helen. Let me just get the door. Yes.
5 minutes. This film is like the...
Sorry.
Jump scare central, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be there. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay.
Well, we found it. Let's go. Wait a second. Okay, hang on to this.
She's going in.
I'm just gonna go through.
Nah, you're alright.
Is that him?
I don't know, but that's weird, isn't it?
I fucking hate this film. It's relying too much on like just cheap jump scares.
That one was. That one. The other
That
ones were
one.
alright, but that one was like, where are we going?
What you gonna say? That we bad? We steal? We gang bang? We all on drugs, eh? It's okay. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, and it's, just the white folks that come around here ain't too handshaking with us, Scared for my child. They ain't never gonna catch him. Candyman.
Is it a real person that's
Yeah.
created this urban myth about him because he hasn't been caught?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Poor Candyman. They chased Candyman through the town to Cabrini Green, where they proceeded to saw off his right hand with a rusty blade.
Whew.
Nearby there was an apiary. Dozens of hives, filled with hungry bees. Burned his body on a giant pyre, and then scattered his ashes over Cabrini Green.
How's that turned into if you say his name 5 times in a mirror in a council
Because
estate?
it's in the area he died.
Oh.
A boy got killed there. Smells at the checkout. She hears a boy screaming. There's a big tough guy.
Ah. Why would you ever go in there?
I hate people gagging on. Oh.
That's not Candyman. That's just a random person. No, it's a joke.
I hear you looking for Candyman, bitch. Well, you found him.
Oh! Wouldn't you...
It's him.
Yeah, it's him.
Number 5, step forward.
He's gonna be like, heard you looking for
Well,
Candyman?
you looking for Candyman, bitch. Step back.
If it was me, I would be like, heard you looking for Candyman? Definitely wasn't that guy. There's definitely a deeper voice. Who's that? Oh,
Yes?
snap. No, that's
That
horrible.
voice.
That's horrible.
I came for you.
Oh, I've seen him in loads of stuff. I recognise him. What?
Be my victim.
No thanks. Oh, she's alive. Where is she?
Ah!
What?
He's back in that room, that house.
It's the dog's head! Oh my. Did she do it? Did Candyman make her do it? Oh!
Oh!
Oh my god, what? That took a twist.
Ms. Lau, you're under arrest. Do you understand?
Nope.
Where's the baby?
Where's the baby? Oh, the baby wasn't there. So it could still be alive.
I blacked out. I mean, I don't know what happened.
Well, that's good then. It's a good start. Going
Slide,
backwards.
please.
What is that?
There's a face
Where?
behind on the left shoulder.
Ah!
We've never actually seen something be there, have we? Apart
Yeah.
from Scream, I think.
Ah!
Where did that come from? Gotta swear, if she gets convicted of this murdering her or something.
Helen? Helen?
Oh, she's got the knife in her hand, blood on it. Oh! Ah!
I can't defend myself!
I can't what?
Defend myself.
No, she's getting framed for doing stuff, like the Invisible Man was.
Allow me at least a kiss. Just one exquisite kiss.
It's weird. It's weird.
Miss Lyle, I'm Dr. Burke.
Dr. Jerk.
The night you were admitted, did the killer appear to you?
Imagine seeing that yourself,
Terrifying.
just going insane. Do it. Is it undone? He didn't show up the first time straight away. Oh!
Sean.
You're mine now.
Oh, he's gonna frame her again. Oh, for crying out loud.
Like it. Wow.
The Candyman can't.
I think you can.
He's on the table. He's lying on the table. He's asleep. Such an impractical weapon.
The pain, I can assure you, will be exquisite. As for our deaths, there is
Again.
nothing to fear.
Hellraiser.
He likes pain.
Pain and pleasure.
He must-
Written on it.
Oh! Oh, he's got him in his mouth! Get him out of your mouth! Oh no! They actually had to do that! What? Blech! I was always...
It was
Is
for
always... Yeah, it was always you, Helen.
the woman that he loved originally.
Oh no.
What?
Oh! Oh! Get out! Oh! No!
Ah!
She did sacrifice herself for the baby then, in the end.
Is it the community?
Yeah. They definitely believed her then. You can say it.
What's another trigger? Scared of something?
And she's standing there with a knife. So you only have to say Helen once, you don't have to say it 5 times. Sean, mate, this was a really different and interesting film.
And again, from Clive Barker, a different story is what I'm getting used to from him now. I know he didn't direct this, but he wrote the book based on this.
And just in terms of Hellraiser as well, I think there's more than the surface levels of those films.
Yeah.
Like, appreciating these films for the surface level, for the craftsmanship and for the horror in general is fantastic, because they both work as
they
great
both
films
deliver
like that themselves, story-wise. But then there's another level, isn't there? And I was talking to you just now, but I will put my hands up and say there are certain things about this film that I don't quite yet understand. I need to read about it more.
Yeah. Rewatch it.
And I'll be really interested to hear your guys' opinions on the mythology that this film creates.
Because
and mythology in the narrative.
Yeah, because it seems to me like there would be a lot of interpretations to this movie. So hearing your guys' interpretations and your ideas of what the movie means, especially the ending, and what themes it's trying to tackle.
So I mean, there are clear themes of racial division, and you can see that from the way in which the film was shot, with the juxtaposition of the different settings and the shots.
The way of living.
The way academia comes across is kind of aloof and it's almost grotesque, I think, in the way that it's portrayed.
Well, even that scene
as almost, what's the word I'm looking for?
Demoralizing.
Yeah, demoralizing, but also when you take advantage of something.
What in what instance?
Also objectifying as well.
Yeah,
objectifying, I think is the right word. So there's clear themes of racial tension and racial division.
Well, in that scene of that woman with the baby, when she meets the main woman in her apartment and is holding the baby, she was like, "What, did you think that we were all drug dealers?" And the name Candyman itself is slang for a drug dealer.
I just think where I'm struggling to position in the narrative is this figure of Candyman himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, is he a vengeful angel in the sense, or is he just specifically this antagonist that is kept alive by the Kulashron community that believe in him? Struggling to place her in the narrative symbolically as well, because of how she is at the end, because she clearly sacrifices herself to save this baby, and there's a lot of religious imagery there. There is a lot of biblical imagery there, with the organ playing and with the painting at the end with her as the angel. Yeah. But then she comes back and kills. So again, is she? And she takes her place as the new kind of folklore of this community, doesn't she? We're trying to respect this film and just think about it in terms of
this is what we've
symbolically.
This is what we've read, and we're trying to just expand on it, being very sensitive to the subject matter, because
again, educate us and let us know, enlighten us about what you think this film is about and your interpretation, because we don't want to come across as
naive to the subject.
But then again, when you just come straight out of a film like that with this sort of, I want to call it like visual poetry in some scenes. And some scenes. Especially the second half of the film. In terms of the film in general.
Well, I'm excited.
Stepping away from the kind of message or symbolic value of it.
Yeah. A solid film. It's solid. Do I like it more than Hellraiser? That's the question. I think they're quite similar.
But similar, they're very different, I think.
Yeah, you can definitely tell this is a Clive Barker type of story.
Yeah,
definitely with the very sexual
sadomasochistic kind of
type of stuff that's included. You know, and the core story of love and relationships.
But then again, I don't know. It starts going down that track, but then it never really fulfills it, does it? It goes off into this other area instead.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see what Jordan Peele does for the remake.
I am excited to see his.
As he's a producer on it, so he's obviously sees the potential in it, and all of his films are very racially charged. So
just in terms of. Yeah, like Get Out as well.
Get Out,
fantastic.
Us, they're all commentaries on racial division, and this is a perfect one for him to support and tackle in his
tackle his own sort of interpretation. In terms of other things about the film, I really like the score. You mentioned something as well, which was the editing was quite good, wasn't it? But one thing that started to grate on me a bit was the jump scares for jump scares' sake. And I know you're trying to set tension for this character. Yeah. But there are so many crammed into the first
half an hour.
Quarter of the film. That I'm just like, and it does put you on edge, but then at the same time, is that what you really want to go for? Because I think the rest of the film is more intelligent than that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Second half is very much more intelligent than the first. Would I watch it again? Yes, I would.
I would, yeah. But just overall, I'm just excited for the new one even more now.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I have seen the trailer. Have you seen the trailer for the new one?
I have, but I've forgotten it. So now with context, I'd love to see what it looks like. But yeah, let's get into rating it. Candyman. Now, I am unsure as to where this sits in comparison to Hellraiser, because it's very similar, because it's Clive Barker, of course, obviously a different director, totally different story. So I think I can rewatch Hellraiser and probably enjoy it more than this movie. Not to say that this movie isn't good, and I couldn't rewatch this movie, because I can, and I could still enjoy it. But Hellraiser, I think I just like more. So I'm going to rate this a 7.4, just a 0.1 below Hellraiser. So Tom, what's your rating?
Right, so that was Candyman. I thought visually it's quite a nice film.
Yeah.
The narrative's interesting, and there's lots of different messages and interpretations that you can take from it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Which is a good score. It's still a good film.
Yeah.
But I just think pacing wise, it's a little bit off. I think character wise as well, it is. I love the messages and the different interpretations that you can make about it, though.
Yeah.
So that for me makes it an enjoyable experience. But 7, good score, good film.
No, that's fair.
I'm really, really excited for Jordan Peele's take on it.
I was thinking of rating it a 7 as well, but I think I don't know why I went a little bit higher. But yeah, no, I agree with that. That's fair. Again, this was a Patreon
exclusive poll.
All the patrons voted for this film. So if you want to have your say in our voting on Patreon, have a look at the link in the description, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.